The U.S. education system super sucks! Sure does. So true.
Can't get enough tugging? Go to extratugg.com for exclusive content that YouTube won't let me post, and also a bunch of other cool things. Okay, thank you.
School, the place where you go to learn how to read books good. In the United States of America, school is
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
the place where you go and learn all the skills that will stick with you for the rest of your life. Skills such as basic math, knowing what a verb is, and finding out just exactly where you stand in the physical appearance pecking order. It's also where you go and learn how to accomplish 8 hours of work off of 3 hours of sleep. That's a very important skill.
Yeah, so true. I remember that time. Playing video games, and then getting no sleep and go to school.
To learn in America. The weird early hours and the lack of any real life skills being taught are just a few of the reasons why the education system in America has been noted to be one of the worst out of the most civilized societies. And it's not just the kids. Education sucks for every person involved in the system. Teachers, parents, even the janitors. The American education system is in desperate need of an overhaul. Because from what I've heard, all the same problems that were going on when I was in school still exist, and actually have gotten much worse in a lot of cases. So let's take a gander at what's broken, what needs fixing, and how maybe we could—
Everything is fucking broken, man. They get underpaid. My mom was a teacher, like an English teacher, like a proper teacher, and she was a substitute as well for a little bit when she was like with me, as in like carrying me. Yeah, that shit freaking sucked. Yeah, it was mostly my dad earning all the money, I'm just saying.
Fix it if we're smart enough, I guess, because it's important to learn from our mistakes, because if we don't, kids can't read. And I don't know if you guys have been paying attention, but like, have you talked to a 6th grade teacher recently? The kids can't read anymore. I don't know if it's because of the pandemic or what, but
oh, it's because of TikTok. Absolutely. TikTok fucked shit up on top of the pandemic. It's like a double whammy, do you know what I'm saying?
like, that's a huge issue. The biggest problem with lower education in this country, besides a crippling nicotine addiction plague and, I don't know, the fitness gram pacer test or whatever the fuck that thing is, starts with one thing, and that thing is funding. It's the money. The amount of funding a public school gets depends on the state that it's in, which is good, I guess, if you hate big government. For example, New York spends the most, about $30,000 per student annually.
That's not a good thing, because I've heard nothing but people in New York are fucking stupid, man. That's insane to me that this is the most expensive state, as in, like, you know, well-funded state.
I assume most of that money goes towards big puffer jackets, chopped cheeses, and classes how to teach kids that
Chopped cheeses! They teach them how to fucking say, hey, I'm walking in!
When someone asks about bagels, you tell them it's the water. On the other hand, you have something like Utah, which only spends about $10,000 per student. But, you know, it's Mormons, you know. Who needs education when you got them gold tablets? But not having enough money to properly educate children is a shockingly big problem for the richest country on earth. Low budgets at public schools make it hard to do several things that make going to school worthwhile.
Gee, I wonder where all that money's going. Oh, we don't want to talk about that, though, do we, Mr. Tugg? I find it nice that he can tote the line of, like, not saying where the problem is. Ah, man, am I cooked? Oh, my leg. Man, my ISP's been bad all fucking day, man. I'm so sorry. No, it's my ISP. I'm really sorry. Yeah, my ISP's been Kitty! Bad cat. That's scratching my mat. Refresh chat. Sorry. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. Yeah, sorry about that. 3, 2, 1, boom.
I mean, for one, pretty hard to find quality teachers when you could literally make more money flipping burgers. And plus, when you're flipping burgers, you don't have to deal with children who haven't discovered deodorant yet, and if you do, you just kick them out of the burger store. And also, a lack of funds forces schools to make some tough decisions, like canceling programs and electives. No child should go all through middle school without being forced to go to a Christmas pageant where you watch your friend terribly play the tuba. And God forbid...
No, but it's necessary. It's good. As long as it's useful. I don't know. I think canceling electives is such a bad thing. Yeah.
We get rid of non-athletic programs like chess club and theater. I mean, what are the dorks and dweebs gonna do to get dorkier and dweebier? But back to the teachers.
Man,
that's like the main note I want to hit in this segment. I don't think it's controversial.
Have you ever met a nice theater kid? I've never met a nice theater kid in my life. They're always fucking buttholes, even when they grow into an adult. 100%.
Controversial to say that teachers should be getting paid way more than they are getting paid right now. According to Education Week, for teachers in 2023, the lowest average salaries were in West Virginia with $52,000, Florida with $53,000, and South Dakota for $53,000 again, averaging
This really tracks.
at around 53,000. So it seems there's a stark disparity between payment and actual responsibility. And like, let's all take a second as a unit and really consider what a teacher does for work. They're not just teaching. That's not the only thing teachers do. They don't show up and read a book in front of disinterested children. They have to do a lot of shit. Their job requires them to, one, teach students, obviously. You have to come up with a lesson plan, which, Jesus Christ, that's a very complicated system that I would...
Man, when I was a kid and my mom had to teach school, because she taught like high school and above, like teach them English, I always thought that she joked about how lesson planning is like the worst, and it is actually. I had to help her a lot. I would cut her cue cards, whatever. I would cut her stuff. I would help her print and shit. It's not as hard as you think, but yeah, it's rough. No, it's really rough, because if you want to be a good teacher, you have to make up your own lesson plan. You can have ideas from like basic templates, but making them fun sucks. That's why my mom loved recycling and making it her own. And a lot of them just don't do anything with it, and it fucking sucks, and you can tell.
Was shocked about when I was reading it. They have to make tests and homework to make sure they're doing their jobs. Then they have to grade and test that homework, which is such a time suck I can't even get my mind around. Have you ever
By the way, if you have a parent that's a teacher, they will tell you really funny tests and grades that they give to kids. My mom used to do that all the time. The stupidest ones she would always share with with me and my dad all the time.
Talk to like a fifth grader.
Do it to
Have you ever looked into their brain and realized there's nothing going on? Well, a teacher has to look at paper that they wrote on all day, every day. That would make anyone go insane. They also have to pay for school materials out of their pocket. Like a teacher has to pay for the arts and crafts shit and like the pens and pencils.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. In America, they do that for some reason. Every other country doesn't do that. It's so strange.
Where are my tax dollars going? They also need to attend and plan assemblies for the student body, which that's going to take you away from doing your job. I don't know why we have assemblies. Assemblies always suck. Sometimes you have to be a coach or a chaperone, which just sounds like wrangling cats to me. And also, last but not least, they are like somehow the enforcer of school rules while also trying to teach, which is ridiculous. Why is a teacher the one who's trying to educate and inspire a generation of children while also like being the one who has to, keep them in line all the time with dumb school rules? And all of this for an average of around like $60,000 a year. A salary that is begging people not to consider this as a career.
Not true. Other countries do it too. Really? I thought it was only an America thing. Huh. Interesting. In Russia, some teachers also pay for shit. In Poland, you have to pay for it. Okay, well, I'm getting taught. Thank you. I thought it was always like America bad, It's a thing in SCA too. Canada. Really? I think that's so dumb. Genuinely. I don't think you're like, so if you're an asshole teacher, you're not just gonna buy them supplies, so now your kids are getting fucked over? Yeah, that's so dumb.
If you take all that into account, a teacher should not be making 5-figure salaries. They should be making 8-figure salary. They should be the richest people in town. That and politicians. Hot take. But I think we should be paying politicians.
Nah, I will never have sympathy for that. Ask the mechanic how much money they have to spend on tools. It's more than a car. Okay, but your tools don't fucking break and get lost like every single fucking day. Every year, 100 times a day. He's being sarcastic. I fucking hope so, because my mom's a teacher, and that shit pisses me off. I'm sorry, I'm gonna get a little bit fucking sensitive. No. I am willing to bet they don't fucking They don't pay that much. And your tools get stolen too? Well, you should secure them better. I don't know what to mean. Tugg's being sarcastic? Oh, I'm not talking about Tugg.
It's like a shit ton of money. That way they don't need to take bribes and lobbyist money, and they can be like genuine people and not worry about making themselves rich. That's probably a bad take, but we should make politicians rich. Anyway, another big issue that the US schools are dealing with.
You also don't get fucking paid. You don't get subsidized by the fucking government as a fucking mechanic. That's such a fucking dog shit argument. I'm sorry. I'm actually unironically getting fucking one-guyed again. Oh my god. No, sorry. That's a stupid fucking comparison.
Is childhood poverty.
Teachers
That's a fun topic we're going to talk about right now. Child poverty, obviously, is going to have a huge effect on how a kid performs in school. Children living in poverty are 2 to 3 times more likely to be frequently absent because of a myriad of reasons. And also, I mean, being the poorest kid in a public school is not a great way to boost lifelong self-esteem. Obviously, we shouldn't judge people on what they have and instead the merit of their character, but these are kids we're talking about. Kids are stupid and mean. You go to school where
Yeah, that's why a lot of schools, they introduce uniforms because it reduces bullying based on poverty. Because you can get subsidized or not subsidized, but you get like a uniform and you can sometimes get it for free or like at a reduced price if you're poor. And then you have to wear it, you know. You have to wear it all the time. It's the same clothes day in and day out. Yeah.
Wearing the wrong shoes and eating the wrong lunch, you're gonna get verbally crucified at the cafeteria. But at the end of the day, personally, I don't understand why poor people can't figure it out. Stop being poor, you idiot. You dumb idiot. Another issue that is unique to American school children is all of the dying. A lot of dying happening. I don't know how much I can talk about this.
That's just America.
The reason I'm gonna be delicate with my language during this part is because of YouTube guidelines. Otherwise, I'd be talking a lot of harsh shit and bringing up a lot of horrifying statistics about it. But genuinely, just put yourself in the shoes of a modern school kid. How the fuck are you gonna pretend to concentrate on what the teacher is saying with the threat of that bullshit happening every day? Active shooter.
I never fucking had that worry. I don't know about you guys. I feel like it's an exaggeration, and I know that Tugg likes to exaggerate for comedic effect.
Drills, weird kids making off-brand comments. Companies are literally selling bulletproof backpacks. But yeah, make sure you're listening to the lesson. Go ahead.
Since when?
Try and pry your eyes away from the opening door in your classroom. And then there's the fact of school lunches. That's a shit show. I'm torn between public school lunches because we used to have super unhealthy school lunches every day, like pizza and chicken nuggets. And
oh yeah, they would bring KFC into schools. I never understood that.
I don't know how you're supposed to like be smart with that shit in your body, but it was delicious. And then Mrs. Obama showed up and made things healthier, which is good for like childhood obesity. But also, I don't want broccoli. I don't want broccoli. And also, there's the whole matter of paying for school lunches, and like school kids are going into lunch debt so they can eat every day. Free school lunches was a weirdly politicized moment in the election cycle in America this year. And I don't want to live out on you kind folks, but like, let the kids eat.
I remember that.
Just fucking it's how much is that? Like $3 a day for kids? Just give them the fucking food. No kid should be worried about how much debt they are in with their fucking middle school. There's just so much going on with the so broken with the middle school and high school system in America. I just don't have time to break down every aspect of it because we need to save time for the next step in this video, which is college. You guys know how I feel about college? Do you have any idea? I don't like it. College is dumb and stupid and is a fucking joke nowadays. And I understand that the people who normally say that are like hacky Republican podcasters that are saying that the woke mind virus is eating your children's brains at college. But I'm
no, I just think it's a fucking scam, bro.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that college is generally and genuinely a scam. I've made a whole video about this, and I've discussed, it was actually the first video I ever made on this channel, but there were some points I wasn't able to talk about in that video that I want to address now. Higher education used to be a standard milestone on the path of the American dream. It used to basically guarantee you'd be employable even if you majored in like Latin or ceramics. And that's why
and now it costs an arm and a leg.
Every child of my generation was told growing up that if we didn't go to college, we would be worthless losers and our lives would amount to nothing. So
that also happened in New Zealand as well. They start really early as well. When you're like around about 14 years old, they start making you think about what you're going to do in college. And I'm like, what? Why are we doing this? And you have to do this in like your, what is it called? Your homeroom class.
Seems like a pretty good move to go to college, does it not? But unknown to the boomers and Gen Xers, while they were raising us to be good little college students, the colleges themselves were becoming a bastardized version of what they originally were. For one, tuition prices slowly but surely became completely out of control. The price to go learn about some shit you won't use after you graduate used to be reasonable. You could pay for it with a small loan and a summer job. But the price of tuition has increased, and this is not a joke, by 169% over the last 40 years.
Holy crap. What? 169%? Nice, though. Nice number.
I wouldn't say that's a not noticeable number. And meanwhile, income for workers out of college increased only 19% in that same time. So clearly, math's not mathin'. Oh, but Tucker, if the prices are getting higher and higher, that means probably the colleges are giving better and better experiences for their college students, right? Don't be fucking stupid. You know what this is gonna be. Throwing every last dollar at college becomes much harder to justify with bloated amounts of administrative staffers with make-work jobs for people who are basically unemployable anywhere else. If you're in college,
and also nepotism. If you don't have a college degree, but you know the people that work at that job, you can sometimes just get squeezed in no matter what. Yeah, 40 years, 169%. Isn't that fucking disgusting? This is why I think it's a scam.
Right now,
genuinely.
I suggest you to go to your college office or whatever the administrative area and just look at how many people are sitting around doing literally nothing. And all the excess funds they get because they raise the prices for no fucking reason. They can't just all give themselves better salaries because that would be suspicious and bad. So instead, they just keep building new facilities and sport complexes in order to attract new students and prove that the money is going somewhere worthwhile. And meanwhile, college football teams basically justify the existence of entire universities, and yet the players aren't paid anything for creating millions of dollars in value.
Didn't South Park make a joke about college football and how they're basically slaves? Yeah, I think they made the joke about that, huh?
And the whole time, the academics are not improving. They're not getting better at teaching you shit. The focus of studies are also all made up. You can graduate being a fucking toe studier. And they'll give anyone a degree for putting in the bare minimum. You can graduate college so easily nowadays, and I know that because I'm me and I did that. This is God's honest truth. I am not joking. Throughout all of college, I did not end up reading one book. I didn't read one goddamn book, and that seems completely incorrect. And yet, I got out of college with a degree and a smile. Now, yes, I did graduate with a communications degree.
I did not finish college and I did not regret it. Hate it.
Something that is, equivalent to a Kmart coupon. But my God, they knew that. They all know that. They know that they're giving you dog shit when you walk out of there. They don't give a fuck, dude. They just want your money and they want to put you in incredible debt because they don't give a fuck. And then the older generation has the gall to say, well, you knew the risk going into this. Maybe I did. I was...
No, we didn't. We did not know the risk. When I found out that I was gonna owe $60,000 at the end of my degree, which was already too late, I was like, what? What do you mean I'm gonna owe that much? They're like, yeah, that's what you signed up for, right? And I'm like, no, I didn't know that. I was fucking 14 years old when this started. I came into college at 17 and a half. You think so?
17. I had no idea about the concept of lifelong, life-changing debt. And you told me I had to do this. You all said we had to do this.
Yeah.
Seriously, I really wish I didn't do it. And I know it's not good to tell kids don't go to college, but like, unless you're going to be a fucking doctor or a scientist or a mathematician, don't do it. And even if you do it, there's no guarantee you're gonna have a job anymore. It was a fucking waste of time besides the lifelong friends I made in college, and I could have gotten the same experience by going to summer camp every year. And also, I just want to make a fun little note here. I want to talk directly to the audience. Hello, DePaul University. It's me, Tucker Lindgren. Remember me, your favorite alum from 2019? So listen, I'm already upset with you, okay? Point blank. If I could never see your logo again, I would be thrilled. But the fact that you call me once a month asking for a donation, asking for money from me, go drink some arsenic. And what's worse...
Based.
You make foreign exchange students make the call. Something that I'm sure...
The audacity to even ask for a donation after fleecing it of like tens of thousands of dollars.
They don't want to do, but they have to in order to be allowed to stick around. You guys fucking suck. Fuck you. Unless you're going to be, a doctor or a lawyer or something, just don't go to school. It's not worth it anymore. Just go from high school directly into whatever job you want. And you have a better chance of learning way more. So I've exclusively bitched about the U.S. education system, but why is that? It seems like every other developed nation has a better system set up for this type of thing, but is that true? Or are British people just lying on the internet again? Well, let's look at the numbers. U.S. schools, by definition, are being lapped by high academic performances from other countries. For example,
it used to be the other way around. America used to have a really good education system, and now it's the inverse.
If you want to become a mathematician, don't do that shit in America. There are 30 other nations that are doing better than US at teaching high-level math, and they often do it for free. Could you imagine? Free higher education? That's got to be impossible. But it's not just the higher education segment that's getting our dicks kicked in, because our kids are much stupider than the average tot. We are ranked 19th in the world K through 12 education. 19th. And also, when they did the study, millennials in America are tied for dead last for math and problem solving.
I can see why.
Can't do math.
can
I'm
tell.
Gen Z, but like
Wow,
by a
really?
year. I'm pretty close to millennials, so I'm gonna tie myself to the Harry Potter bacon lovers. We cannot do math, guys. We can't. We are terrible as a unit. We're terrible at math. Here's a quick example of how bad me and my generation are at math. I was making a recipe with my roommate, and we were trying to half the recipe because it was too big, so we wanted to only make half of it. And the recipe called for 2/3 of a cup of cheese, right? So we needed to half 2/3 of a cup of cheese. So I'm gonna
Please don't tell me you struggled with that. That would actually hurt me, please.
pose the question to you, and I'm gonna give you, the viewer, a second to try and figure out this math problem. Ready, set, what is 1/2 of 2/3?
You turn it into a percentage, and then you half it. What do you mean? 2/3 is 66%. Or 60%, right? Not 33, I'm doing fucking stupid. But like, what's the question? What?
Okay, do you have your answer? It's 1/3. Obviously, it's 1/3.
Did someone just type 1/6, you dumbass, and then the answer's 1/3? Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. You're the fucking dumbass.
When you look at
Confidence, stupidity. You should have been fucking. You should shut the fuck up.
and you just take a second to think about it, but we
If I got that math problem right, then you should shut the fuck up.
could not figure that out. We could not get it done. First of all, you can't put fractions into your iPhone calculator, so we were shit out of luck there. But like, obviously, 1/2 of 2/3 is 1/3. That's what it looks like. But I'm sure some of you fucked that up. We were calling our friends, seeing if they were
Calling your friends over a recipe. I was joking. Okay, fine. You get a pass. If you're joking, you're joking.
as stupid as us, and no one got the answer right. We called like 5 people. And also in America, the fun fact, our workforce is the most undereducated in the world. A statistical fact. We are acutely the stupidest people. It's not just a meme, guys. It's real. But hey, at least we're good at sports. Right, team? At least we can catch ball, run far. That'll make sure we maintain global dominance.
Big brutes. You absolutely don't convert it into percentage. I'm saying in my brain, when I look at it at first glance, I know you have to multiply and then you get 2/3, and then 2/3 is like, I understand. I understand what you're trying to say. I'm saying in my brain, because that's how I think, I just converted a percentage in half of It's
God
that
damn it,
easy.
it's so over. It is so jover. After looking at all of this, I pretty much think that the US education system seems, I don't know, almost designed to leave people turned off to learning and sets us up to take mundane and soul-crushing jobs.
I'm stupid. I don't do what I do.
Okay, we can fix this. We can fix all of this. Schools need more resources so we can give every student...
Teachers need more love and money, and also encourage good teachers and give them more money.
the best training to do whatever they need to do. The price of colleges should be slashed since the degrees are worth less. Kids should be warned about money and how much debt you can go into and just what money does, because we are all financially illiterate. And we should focus more on paying teachers so that they give a shit instead of leaving the workforce in droves. And all of that is going to cost money, which is a shame because we're so poor, guys. America is so poor. Obviously, we don't have money to give to the kids. Oh wait, no, that's a joke because we have all of the money. We have all of it. We have more.
Yeah, but we spend it on militaries instead of... but instead of kids.
Money that God knows what to do with. Yet we can't figure this out. New videos every Wednesday and Saturday. Like, comment, and subscribe. Guys, when I hear 6 times 8, I start to sweat. I don't know my 8s. I forgot my 8 multiplication tables. What happened?
What? Oh my god. That was a good last video. That made me laugh, shit. Military gaga. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. Chat. That was great. Check him out. Big Tugg. Very funny. Very true.